Ni nada que impida que me acerque a él.
What? It's 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so here I am. Hi dolls, welcome back, and if you are new, hello, my name is Jessie, and today we are going to react to Season 7, Episode 1 of Elite, appropriately titled Las Encinas, and I am so excited to be here right now. I could not sleep. I was just laying in bed, and I'm like, if I fall asleep right now, I'll get about 4 hours of sleep because I gotta be up by like 6 a.m. anyway. Why don't I just get up now? I'll bang out 2 extra episodes. I don't think y'all would complain about that. So here I am. I cannot wait to see what this season holds. We left off with a steamy kiss from Didac and Isadora, and then a gun shooting out the window to one of my favorite songs of all time, Bittersweet Symphony. We also find out that Sarah was the one driving the car, Sarah was the one who hit Ivan, Sarah and Raul were the ones who framed Mencia for it. So I'm curious to see where all of that goes. I know that it has been rumored or confirmed, I'm not sure which, but it has been said that Mencia, Ari, and Patrick are not coming back this season. That doesn't mean that we won't hear from them though, or possibly have Sarah be in contact with one of them. I just feel like there needs to be some closure for the Mencia situation. Like, I don't feel like the Sarah situation could move in a positive direction without her confessing to Mencia or bringing that section of that issue to justice. But maybe we're not going to see that this season. I don't know. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. I want to jump in and see what this episode has to offer. Let's jump in, but before we do, don't forget to hit the right like or dislike if you do not like what you see, but comments about love and otherwise. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We do fun things here. Ring a link that will be notified when I upload videos, and don't forget to check the link down in the description for my Patreon. It is $5 a month. That's only $1.25 a week. It is all my unedited reactions of everything that I do on YouTube. And just more, don't forget to follow us on all social media at @star_chef_productions or Jessie Dobbie for Twitter. P.O. Box is down in the description below, as are the links to my brother's Redbubble and TeePublic pages where you can find merch that we've made. But without further ado, this is Season 7, Episode 1 of Elite, Las Encinas. I started getting excited and I started getting louder, and then I was like, oh yeah, people are trying to sleep. Shut up, Jessie. Okay, we're jumping right in. Hey, Omar.
No huyas, quédate en él. Dejarás atrás antes de lo que crees.
He hasn't told you half of what he's trying to move past. That's the problem. Because he can't. Back to school.
Tener en Las Encinas a herederos de la mafia.
¿Pero
no
qué
habla.
mafia ni qué mafia?
Salió en todos los medios, bebé. Ay, mira, ¿cómo te llames? No sé ni quién sos.
Me llamo Luis, jefe de estudio.
Pero hasta entonces me dejas al chiquito separado. ¿Te guste o no?
It's so sad because this is exactly everything that he wanted to avoid.
Retomamos la reunión.
Cálmate.
Me van a echar del colegio.
No, it's your
Papá me va a llevar
fault.
de vuelta a Javier. ¿En qué coño andáis para que haya un tiroteo?
Pero entonces no me preguntes más.
Yeah, I
Ya está de
wouldn't.
verdad aquí. Que
Wouldn't
no
do
te
that.
vas a ir. Confía en mí.
¿Me prestarías esas fotos que tienes con Didac? Te las voy a devolver, pero antes me gustaría hacer
The
todo lo posible
shirtless
para que se
ones?
¿Qué pasa? ¿Han petado todos los móviles a la vez o qué?
New girl.
Pero no lo veas, que si lo han filtrado es violación de su intimidad.
Yeah, with a title like that.
Sí lo digo.
Sara, tía, no.
Sarah, you should know better.
Ahí estabas cotilleando mientras me juzgabas.
Oh, so you're back to being a complete bitch. That's nice to know. Holy shit, she is gorgeous.
Oye, que vaya putada lo del vídeo, debes estar hecha mierda.
Tell me she did it.
Vamos, no me va a quitar el sueño. Por cierto, soy Chloe.
Sonia.
Hello,
Un
Chloe.
placer. Gracias por preocuparte.
Ay, qué maravilla los cielos de España.
She seems boring.
Nena, ¿te acuerdas de José Luis?
Pues, ¿me quieres sonar?
Es que era muy pequeña.
Pero ha crecido bien, ¿no?
Oh my god.
Carmen.
¡Sorpresa!
Muchas gracias. Ya, pero...
Is that
luego
Raúl?
desapareció con su familia.
Oh my god, he looks so different.
Raro.
They're all like, what? He looks so sketchy.
Patrick jamás te haría eso. Lo siento con toda mi alma. De verdad.
Really dumb of Raúl to grab her like that.
¿Querías confesar?
Man, he looks rough. He looks stressed.
¿A que no puedes más? Sí, vamos y me declaro yo culpable.
Oh my god. He is the manipulation king. He's making her feel like she has to protect him.
Se trata de coordinar y gestionar una app de asistencia y apoyo a los alumnos de un colegio, las Encinas. Tú fuiste a ese colegio, ¿verdad?
He's like,
pues
nope.
disculpa la confusión.
Don't know what the you're talking about.
En las prácticas, llámale.
Amigos que le traten como a un igual, ¿eh? Y yo creo que esa es vida para Nico.
Yeah.
Y que el otro perdiera a su mejor amigo y referente por la obstinación de la suya.
That sounded a little offensive, but I agree with him. Whoa. Oh, that's the cousin. He's lucky they saw that.
Hola, tita.
Eric.
Que no quiero que lo sepan. Ya no forman parte de mi vida, punto.
Oh my god, he's such a creep. Loosen up. I feel like Ivan's happy to see his friends, but he kind of wanted to be alone, I think. I can't believe that she's acting like this. Oh, you professed your love and now you're avoiding him, yeah.
Se queda en casa con nosotros.
¿En serio?
¿En serio?
The dad's like, what?
Haremos una temporada.
Tío, hay que tener
Ooh, that was a look.
para darse de hostias con polis armados hasta las cejas.
Interesting that she wanted to kick Didac out of school, but then just had this kid come and live with them.
De verdad que entiendo que Eric es sangre de tu sangre, pero deberías mostrar más clemencia con el mejor amigo de tu hijo.
Yeah.
Es una buena influencia para él.
I hated that Patrick and him couldn't work out, but they just couldn't make it work. Oh.
Es 1997.
I'm gonna change that after, but...
¿Está bien?
Hello, pizza boy.
¿Quieres que te entre? Que te meta dentro de la casa.
Vale.
¿Vives solo aquí? Sí.
God. I like cringe every time
¿Dónde vas?
I know that Raúl's gonna be on the screen.
Pues es que si no fueras tan terca...
I want to punch him in the dick. It's such a cute outfit. Oh my god, he's locking her in? That's a whole nother level of psychotic. Triple locks?
Que soy más de perreo que de panfletos.
Menos mal que venía a integrarse, ¿no?
She reminds me a little bit of you, Isadora.
Un placer.
Voy a mear.
Maybe the whole, like, let's not see each other thing is for the cameras so that our parents see it.
Me voy.
She's like, I'm not even gonna try. I'm just sleeping.
De repente, ¿no?
Las gracias por no arrancarte la piel a tiras cuando jugaste conmigo por Ari.
Well, it's true.
Era pullita de buen rollo. Solo quería recordarte que el Nico que conocí era feliz con quien era.
I love Sonia. She's so sweet. So genuine.
¿Tú lo has visto?
¿El qué?
I feel like she put it out.
No, ¿qué va?
¿Quieres verlo?
He's like, is this a trick?
Mira, estás ahí yo. ¿Me tomas? ¿O me dejas?
So these are our new characters. They fit right in.
El dinero puede que no dé la felicidad, pero puede comprar algo que se parece mucho.
I'd rather be crying in a Ferrari.
Sin conocerte de nada, me siento muy bien contigo.
Yo también.
Ooh, it's like sweet, passionate music. Oh, it's Didac's brother.
La vida no para de darnos señales de que vos y yo no podemos estar juntos. No, bueno, para.
Don't end this. Ooh.
Me apetece ir a bailar.
I love Nico, but good for you. It gives a vibe of like he's only doing that because Ari's not there. They're such a hot couple. They can't not be together.
Pero no puedo hacer esto, lo siento.
No puedo. No sé, pero no puedo.
No estás preparada todavía, ya está.
Lo quiero hacer y quiero que sea con vos.
Yo de aquí no me muevo.
Amigos y nada más, te lo prometo.
Oh, don't start this just friends thing again, Ivan.
Vale.
Me gustaría darle sentido a todo el dinero que tengo.
You know him for like 3 hours. She's not gonna tell. Girl, that's
¿Te molaría tomar algo alguna vez? ¿Cuál es tu Insta? O tu...
Deberías tener cuidado con los vídeos que te grabas, que luego pasa lo que pasa. ¿Mi vídeo filtrado? Lo filtré yo.
Knew it.
¿Qué dices? Yo solo sé que tengo la atención de todo el colegio y el deseo de 3/4 partes. Si solo somos carcasas. Todo esto lo he aprendido de ti.
Oh, Chloe.
No puedo extenderte la pensión de Cruz después de su fallecimiento.
Siempre y cuando me mantuviese alejada de mi hijo. ¿Decía eso o no decía eso? Ni nada que impida que me acerque a él.
What? So that's Ivan's mother? What? No. Your future friend.
¿Qué te ha llegado? ¿Pero me lo puedes explicar?
¿Y qué te tengo que explicar? Mira, no sé cuándo se me ocurrió pedir la plaza, pero la pedí y ya está.
¿Y cómo te lo vas a pagar?
Pues con una beca.
No tienes que ir a las Encinas.
¿Pero a ti qué más te da, Omar? O sea, ¿por qué tengo que renunciar al mejor si me lo han dado?
The school just will not leave him alone.
Pero si llevas un año hablándome del público al que fuiste. ¿Era una trola o qué?
La gente cambia en ese sitio.
I get his position, but he can't expect Joel to pass up on such a great opportunity like that. What are you staring at him for? It's a broken leg. What are you looking at? Joel's gonna be up by the end of this. Just like Sam, going in thinking everything's gonna be peachy keen. Ooh, so Omar came too.
Volver allí y enfrentarme de cara. Me haría más mal que bien. Por unas prácticas remuneradas para llevar una app aquí en el colegio.
We don't know what Javier said to Izzy's mother.
¿Qué se quede?
Alright.
Garantizaré su seguridad y bienestar. Confía en mi palabra.
He's undercover! He's undercover! Awesome. I was like, this guy seems so nice. That's why I wanted him to stay. Wow. Good first episode. Alright, there you have it. Episode 1, Las Encinas. And we are back. We are back at school. And it feels good to be back. But it's a little nerve-wracking because we already have some issues going on. Alright, so... to make this real quick, because I really want to jump right into the second episode. I am very surprised that Isadora is being so hesitant about getting back together with Didac. Obviously, the last that we saw them, they tried sleeping together. She still wasn't comfortable with this. She asked to stop. He stopped. He said that he will always be there for her. And so I don't know if that means that they are going to stay together as a couple, or if everything is just going to be too much for her and she just wants out of everything. I feel like them being in a relationship would only benefit her. And I understand that their families are rivals. I get that. But she never got along with her parents anyway. She never really loved her family. Well, she loved her family, but her family never treated her well anyway. And same with Didac. Like, Didac's family, he literally was trying to run away from them. That's the whole reason he is here right now. That's the whole reason he got into a fight with Javier last season. He wanted to get away from all of that. So I feel like it's only perfect for them to be together. At the same time, that could be dangerous for them, and I do acknowledge that, because they could use them against each other within the families. We have Javier taking Roberta, Izzy's mom, and saying, we're going to talk. And we didn't hear what that talk was, but we do know that she did vote for Didac to stay. So how much is this going to escalate? Who actually has the power? What are they doing? Because Didac says, what are you guys even involved in? He said, don't ask questions that you don't want answers to, basically. Which I don't blame him for giving that answer, but it makes me a little nervous. Like, what the hell are you involved in? So yeah, I'm very curious to explore that situation more. We have Raul freaking out on Sarah because she is this close to basically confessing that she is the one who hit Ivan. She was very, very sketchy. He was even more sketchy by grabbing her. everyone knows that this was sketchy, but they are always kind of sketchy, and none of them really love Raul, and they all know that he can sometimes be, or usually be, I should say, aggressive with Sarah. So were they looking at this like, why are you being sketchy? This is suspicious. Or were they looking at it like, here we go again. This is an uncomfortable situation for everybody. Regardless, Sarah, oh my God, Sarah. Sarah. This is what I was saying at the end of the last season. This is freaking horrific because now she feels like he does have the world's worst secret hanging over her head. In addition to that, he has manipulated her into feeling bad for him and feeling the need to protect him because if she goes and confesses, he's going to say it was all his fault and he's going to go down for her because he loves her. And so now because he's trying to protect her, she's going to feel the need to protect him and not go and confess. This is psychotic. He is like manipulative beyond manipulative beyond manipulative. And on top of that, he is padlocking her in this apartment. It is terrifying. And it just like, it upsets me that at the very first scene that we see Sarah back, she's, annoying kind of bratty girl again. It's almost as if she likes seeing other people suffer because it makes her not feel like she's alone. But I don't know. I just, oh my God, it's so frustrating to see her be in that position and feel like she's never going to get herself out of it. Ivan's back. Ivan is back home. We have the incident with the pizza boy. We're smooching. We stop. We offer millions of dollars, apparently. Well, maybe not millions, but thousands to go to this school. And we find out the reason that Joel stopped is because he's Omar's boyfriend. Or at least it looks like that. So what's weird in this situation is Joel actually seems like a decent person, aside from the fact that he was clearly kissing another person and appears to be in a relationship with someone, which is pretty, but he seems like he's a pretty decent person. And he's very reminiscent of Sam, reminds me of Sam, which makes sense why Omar is with him. But what I don't love is now I went all over the place with Omar's character. I was very up and down where like times I loved him, times I hated him. And so to see him basically following Joel to Las Encinas, it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel icky. We have this whole thing of like, he's talking to his therapist. He's trying to work on his mental health. He wants to do everything to avoid going back to this school or thinking about this school or processing whatever happened at this school. Like, he just wants to block it out, and now he's just immersing himself right back into it. And his therapist even says this isn't a good idea. Like, this is gonna do more bad than it is good. And he's like, well, my boyfriend's there, so I'm gonna go take this job as the freaking app operator. So I don't know. I feel like it's a little weird. I feel like he's doing it to be protective because he knows that, yeah, this place can really people. But at the same time, it just still feels a little weird. It still feels a little suffocating and like controlling. But yeah, I'm curious to see how they portray Omar's character in this season. Nico and Sonia have a little chit chat. Nico apologizes to Sonia and then tries to kiss her, and she moves away. And good for frickin' you. Nico is one of my favorites. I love Nico. I think Nico's character was the most interesting in season 6, and I was very excited to see what they did with him in season 7. But with that said, what he did to Sonia was shitty. It was really he totally did use her, and I'm glad that she called him out on that. He used her. I hated Ari. I don't know if I'm alone in this opinion, because I know that there are people that comment on my Patreon, and it's kind of mixed, to be honest with you. But I don't know, like, the vast majority. I see a lot of people saying they love Mencia, they love Ari, they love Patrick. Patrick I didn't like at first, then I really did like him. Ari and Mencia never grew on me, though. Like, I really really liked Ari in the beginning, and then I freaking hated them both, and I couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand them at all. So just, I think maybe that was like, the situation was guilty by association, where like, of course Nico had to go after Ari, right? Like, I can't stand Ari, and of course my new favorite character has to go after Ari. But regardless, what he did to Sonia was really and so when he leans in to kiss her and she moves back, I'm like, good for you. Because it very much so feels like he's only doing that because Ari's not here and all their friends are gone and they're sitting there by themselves and he's bored. That's what it felt like. And I think Sonia's trying to send a message of like, no, I really liked you. I really liked you. That wasn't just a hookup for me. And so I don't want it to just be a hookup moving forward. We have Eric, who is Nico's cousin, getting in the mix. He seems very rebellious, but he also seems like a good person. He seems very rebellious in the right kind of a way. Like, he stands up for what he believes in. He stands up for good causes, but he is very unafraid to get his hands dirty, we'll say. And so I could see why Nico's parents are a little like, well, the dad at least is kind of like, I don't know if this is good. But you know, it is what it is. He's family. The mom's like, I want him to stay, so he's going to stay for now. He gets involved with Chloe, who is another new character. And now I knew from the second she was talking, the way she was acting, that she spread that video about herself. And this conversation that she has with her mom, Carmen, is so heartbreaking because she's basically, she says, we're just bodies. And, you know, we use our bodies to get what we want and to get ahead. And I learned from the best, Mom. I learned from you. And we do see an example of Carmen doing this with Jose Luis. And it's just heartbreaking that you can see that Carmen truly believes that and doesn't see any other way. And that's the problem with it. Like, this is a very interesting topic because, hey, to each their own. If you feel like you can use your body in a powerful way and you are okay with that and you've processed what it means to do that, by all means do it. But to feel like that's the only thing that you have upsets me. And it also upsets me that she filmed her and Eric without him knowing. And that is really and that's child pornography at this point because they're still in high school. And you know, it's one of those situations where if the rules were reversed, where if it was a guy recording a girl, he would be the most disgusting perverted creep in all of history. But when it's a girl doing it to a guy, you almost kind of laugh like, oh my gosh, like, wow, she's doing this. And it's not funny. It's disgusting. It's just as bad. And he didn't know. He has no idea. So I'm very curious to see what she does with that tape. We find out Jose Luis is Cruz's lawyer. And apparently, Carmen says that she is Ivan's mother. She doesn't say I'm Ivan's mother, but she says, I signed a contract with Cruz to stay away from my son. And if you, it sounded like maybe she was supposed to be compensated with money. And he's like, I can't do that now because he died. And she's like, okay, well, now that there's the contract's null and void, then there's nothing saying I can't speak to my son. And then they show Ivan. So, holy crap, is Carmen Ivan's mother, which means Chloe is his stepsister. Is Cruz Chloe's father? I don't know. And why was he trying to pay her off to keep her away? Because there's a difference between being separated and not wanting to be with her and then keeping her away from Ivan as a mother. So, like, is she cuckoo bananas? Like, is there a reason? There has to be a reason. But at the same time, Cruz wasn't the best person. He definitely got better as we met him and as the season went on. But we know that prior to that, he was like a huge party animal, didn't give a about anything. So maybe he didn't have a reason, but I don't know. But the clincher, the finale of this episode was finding out that I think his name is Louise, who is the principal, I guess, kind of the director at Las Encinas. He is acting like such a sweetheart. He's trying to talk Maria and Roberta into understanding how important it is for Didac to stay, especially to Maria. Didac has been such a good friend to Nico, and you know, it's so important that he has this friend here with him, and you should vote to let him stay and all this stuff, right? And we find out the reason is because he's undercover. He's undercover and he's trying to figure out the operations within the families. And we had an attack at the end of the last season on Didac and Isadora. So if more things are going to happen, who is it going to happen to? Didac and Isadora. So that's why he wanted them close and that's why he wanted them to stay. But overall, fantastic first episode. I really, really liked it. I'm very interested in our new characters. Again, we have Joel, Eric, and Chloe, and I really love all of them. I'm very upset that Chloe filmed Eric, because I really wanted to like her. She's gorgeous. She seems really entertaining. But now she's a horrible person for doing that. So I'm excited to jump into episode 2. Let's do that. These will be fully unedited over on Patreon. I did the entire series, seasons 1 through 6, fully unedited over on Patreon. So if you were interested, go check them out. But until the next reaction, so long, everyone. Try and make someone smile today. You never know when they might need it next. Bye.